All right, back we are to Charlie Kirk. And the point I want to make is this: it is not abnormal. In fact, it's completely commonplace for institutions to be caught between donors who have one set of priorities and a constituency that has a different set of priorities. And there's a kind of a natural tug on both sides. And the guy in the middle, Charlie, is going to feel a little bit caught. I'll give you the example of when I was at the American Enterprise Institute. We were a free market institution. We wanted, by and large, to have no subsidies, just free markets. But on the other hand, we had some donors who were CEOs of business groups, and they wanted government subsidies for their company, for their industry. So they're pushing the AEI. You guys need to do a paper on the importance of corn subsidies. And so we were caught between the donors and between our free market philosophy. And so this is not unusual. This is not, by the way, a reason to think, oh, well, there you go, Dinesh, that's why Israel had him killed. This is absolute rubbish. And we're not, by the way, talking about exclusively Jewish donors. We're talking, by and large, if you look at how this Israel thing plays out, the older generation, which is the mainstream of the Republican Party, remains solidly pro-Israel. That's the larger base for the donor community. And then younger people have become, at least of late, I'm hoping to correct some of this, by the way. I'm hoping ultimately to show young people that a lot of these rabbit trails, a lot of these kind of Israel is at the root of it, are nonsensical, and are, in fact, not only nonsensical, they're playing into the hands of the enemy. And by the enemy here, I mean the political enemy, which is the left, but I also mean the enemy. I'm referring here to the devil and the devil's schemes. One of the themes of this film, which I think you'll get, and it will hit you very powerfully, is this. We often hear it said that underneath our political debate, political fight, there is a cultural fight, and under that a moral fight, and under that a spiritual fight, a spiritual warfare. But we don't often think to ask a spiritual warfare between who? Who is actually fighting? And what are they fighting about? What are they fighting over? This film will, in fact, answer that question by showing that the fight is really between God and the devil. And we need to be alert, not simply to what God is communicating to us through the scriptures and through prayer, but also what the devil is up to. That's the part of it that people don't often pay attention to. Like, what's the devil's strategy? How is the devil hoping to outdo God? What is the devil's mechanism for deal? The devil cannot openly defeat God. So he needs to be very cunning, very low. He needs to come up with clever strategies ultimately to thwart the aims of God and the creation of God and the people of God and the laws of God. The devil knows all this, and he is at work, and he's at work with a level of genius and industry that requires us to pay attention. Let's just put it that way. And so the film illuminates all this, and illuminates all this by showing the example of how it is happening right now on the ground. So what's going on in Israel isn't just about Israel. It's about us. It's about our future. It's about the unfolding of biblical prophecy. And in the end, it's also about your soul.